As long as you're not like inhaling in the mic, like it's gonna be okay. Yeah, you don't have a mic next to you, so I can't hear anything.
That's not the mic.
I know.
She was about to. She was about. I saw your hands.
You got to turn it on first.
All right, guys. We're back after I think like a 5-6 week hiatus. It's been a while. Our last video was with
I think it was like a month ago.
Miss Nina, Lulu Nina.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was y'all.
That was a long time ago. So
no, it was with Chris.
oh
with my tattoo
yeah,
artist.
Chris. Never mind.
So that was when I got back from the Philippines.
Yeah, when we got back from the Philippines. So anyways, it's been a while. We're back though. We have 2 special guests in the building. We have Tarik and Ashford.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, y'all?
A little
on?
badness and a little madness.
You know what I'm saying?
Combination.
Yeah, so cool. Thanks for pulling up. I know it was we've been planning this for a while, so I'm happy you guys are able to come through. So yeah, let's get started with this. First of all, I know you guys are friends of Mariah, right? So how did you guys meet? How did that go?
Oh, I know what I'm like. Who got the mic? I got the mic.
We have hookah. We have hookah in the building. So
Emmanuel finally let us bring it in.
I finally let her bring in the hookah. Mariah told me she was sad this morning, so I was like, okay, let's
Don't listen to him.
let's bring in the hookah so she can cheer up.
I would say mutual friends in the city, right? Mutual friends in the city. You know,
Yeah.
moving, going out, meeting each other, good vibes, good energy, good conversation. You know, it's love.
That's cool. Where do you guys meet? Like any like specific spot?
Downtown?
Downtown?
Yeah,
Downtown? Yeah, it was out downtown.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I had to think it was downtown. That it was
Hey, it's lit.
So you
Yeah.
guys, how long have you guys known each other?
a year. Oh wait, who?
No,
You
like,
and Cass.
Yeah, you and Ashford and Tarik. How long
Yeah,
have you
a
guys known each
year.
other?
Oh,
I've known Ashford for
2009.
2009.
Wow,
Damn.
it's a long time.
So like 2 years?
It's funny because when you said 2 years, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. 2 years. 2 years makes sense. 14 years. That's crazy.
That's crazy. 14
Dang, time
years.
flies.
Doesn't it? It feels
Dang,
crazy
that's
to
wild.
like date friendships like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like that's
Yeah,
a lot of time,
that's
a lot
a
of
lot of time.
transitions, a lot of just evolution. So
Man, 14
Yeah.
years. What the hell were we doing 14 years ago?
I was in high school.
I
We're in
was
high school?
Middle school.
Yeah,
I was in
think I
middle
was in
school, I
middle
think.
school too.
I think because I'm the baby of all y'all.
Whew. Gen Z in the building. Shout out.
What year are you?
are you Gen Z?
98.
You're 98? Oh wow.
Dang, that was when the 99
Don't
and the
look
2000.
at me like that.
Wow.
The 99 and the 2000.
2000.
Who loves orange soda?
Don't stop.
It's fine. It's fine. We're moving on. We're still friends.
Whatever.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. I think I was in high school. I think I just started high school.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 27. I just turned 27.
We're 2 years apart?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What high school did you go
I went to Bishop Amat.
Bishop Ahmad. Okay.
Yeah.
to? Okay,
Okay.
that's what's up.
Damn.
Are you guys all from down here?
I'm not. Shout out to the IE. We
Oh, you're from the IE.
Fontana.
Cool,
Fontana's in the building.
Fontana.
Yeah.
Fontana.
Hey man, IE stand up. What's up?
Do you know any of the rappers in the IE? Like, I know a bunch of rappers out there. What's their face?
Name them.
EKE.
EK.
The name. 4L. Fudge, I forgot the name.
4L sounds familiar.
What's
That
his
sounds
name?
familiar.
There's this Filipino guy too, with all the tats. I forgot his name though.
I would have to see him.
Dang, I like literally had it on the tip of my tongue and I
Play
just
a song.
forgot all of them.
Play a song.
Well,
Let us know.
okay. Well, yeah.
Put us on.
All right. Let me play
them
a song
on.
by one of them. Let me see if I can find something. That is interesting. I know a bunch of guys from the IE. So
Is
that's why.
the Bless the Bottle? Remember that song?
Yeah.
Is that ain't that from somebody from the IE? Bless the Bottle?
Oh, 4L Javi. Do you know 4L Javi?
Earl Halby. No.
And 3230.
3230 sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I would have to play it. Let me see.
All right, this is by 4L and 32.
Yeah.
Can you put it closer to the mic?
does. Yeah.
I ain't really fall in love, baby. I been hurt. Don't blame me. Ooh, I hate when you act shady. We used to pull up in the all black Mercedes.
Okay.
I just hope
Get
that
off,
you
man.
don't
Get
hate
off. Get off. Yeah.
me. Don't blame me.
Well, yeah.
No, you never heard of that?
Nah,
no.
I
Okay,
can't
neither
say I
have
have. But shout out to
Yeah.
the IE, man. I don't know where they from, but you know, stand up. We out here. We in the building.
Stand
Hit boy from the IE. What's up?
Yeah,
You know?
IE doesn't get a lot of praise out here,
Isn't
man.
Blast
It
from
doesn't.
IE too?
LA.
Blast claims LA, but he
he's
did go
from
to
the
high
I.
school in Upland.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he's from Upland. That's like a white place.
Well, he went to.
Wow.
He claims
He
LA,
went to high school,
but he
didn't
went
he?
to high school in Upland. That's all I know.
Oh,
Yeah, that is true. That's a fact. That is a fact.
all right.
Claim it.
I'm from Los Angeles.
What part of Los Angeles?
I grew up Slauson and Overhill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I did not know
That's
that.
sick.
Yeah.
I thought you were IE baby too.
Damn.
I didn't mean that in
Hey,
a
look at
bad
his
way. I
face.
just thought that because y'all was out there.
I feel that. No, I'm glad to be here, man. This is great.
Yeah. what high school did you go to?
Yeah.
I went to Laces.
Lexus?
Laces.
Laces.
Like shoelaces.
Oh, no, I never
We
heard
were
of that.
the unicorns.
Oh, okay.
What does LACES stand for again?
Los Angeles Center for Enriched Studies.
Oh, wow. Fancy. He went to a fancy
California
school.
Distinguished School.
Yeah. Distinguished. Very much so.
All right. We all know where Mariah and Cassie is from. So
my name.
I was gonna
You forgot about her.
No, I was gonna say badness. I was gonna say badness for some reason because of what we planned on saying
That's
earlier.
crazy.
But yeah,
What did y'all plan on saying earlier?
we're gonna say madness and badness, and then I was gonna say combination, but she fumbled it, so he
You didn't
he took
say
it over. I did say it.
No,
I
just-
think the hookah's a little too much. Like everyone's forgetting everything.
At least no one's drinking.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into your day in life. So like, what do you guys do for work? Like, what's your profession?
Go off, Ashford.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Okay. I am a wardrobe stylist and image consultant.
Sick.
So I find clients and help them with creating and curating their personal fashion style. I also provide recommendations for wardrobe changes or people who are looking to establish a style identity is what I call it. So, I help them to properly convey their physical expression.
Okay, that's cool.
You do anything else?
Combination.
Yeah, I also work in nonprofit. I teach in prisons, been teaching in prisons for a while now, the last 5 years. So, I work in education as well, uplifting our community who are people who are incarcerated throughout Southern California as well as internationally. And I also provide support for homeless youth.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of good stuff.
That's dope.
I love good stuff.
Yeah.
It's a community man right
Yeah,
there.
that's
You know
good.
what I'm saying?
That's
we all
good.
about the community since 2009, baby.
Since you joined the community.
That's right. You already know.
What about you?
Tarik.
I don't want to be smoking hookah while I'm talking, man. That's kind of odd. Here you go. So I am. I run my own production company. So we produce video content for podcasts, companies. We do the whole nine.
Oh, cool.
Background in education. Was college professor, college counselor, and also do work inside the prisons.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know
Awesome.
you were a college professor.
Beautiful black man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Right.
Wow.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, I guess like both of you guys are both teachers. So, how did you guys find that was like your part of your calling, like to educate? I mean, I won't say the youth necessarily, because you also help people that are incarcerated.
Yeah.
So, how did you find that calling?
So, I don't know. I've always been about helping to uplift people in our community since college. I was a Black Student Union president in college, and I've always had a deep passion for helping people become the best version of themselves. And we have a mentor, mutual mentor between myself and Tarik. His name is Dr. Renfaris, and he owns a nonprofit, two nonprofits actually, one called the Prison Education Project, the other called the Reintegration Academy. And I had the opportunity to join Tarik for graduation for the Reintegration Academy. I want to say 2018, probably it was, somewhere around there. And when I went, it was so transformational seeing people who were recently released go through this program that helps them to build life skills, helps them to understand financial literacy, and to develop resources that are going to help them in their transition from being incarcerated. And I was inspired by that. So when I was inspired, I really sat down. I was trying to figure out how can I adjust my life to where I can be able to do this, to participate and being able to give back to our community by providing the same resources that Tarik was providing to that population. So I talked with Tarik. I had a conversation with Dr. Reese, and I got the opportunity to go to Scotland and teach internationally. And the rest is kind of history from there.
Wow.
Scotland, that's dope.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you were teaching at the prisons in Scotland as well, or you just went there just to learn?
No, I got the opportunity to teach. Tarik and I taught
Oh,
a
okay.
joint class, actually.
Oh, that's sick. That's
How
really
was
cool.
that?
Yeah,
Like,
how was
being
that?
out in
How's
there,
that
like, what's
experience?
the culture difference?
Yeah.
It was like absolutely mind blowing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was mind blowing for real. Why are you looking like that? It was mind blowing because so I hadn't taught in the States at that point. My first opportunity was teaching internationally, and obviously, if you know Scotland, it's going to be predominantly white community who are
Exactly.
I feel
incarcerated.
like he pronounced the W and that white really hard.
Hey,
Emphasis on the W.
It's gonna
It was
be.
really
White.
white.
Out in America, it's predominantly, black and brown community
Yeah.
who are incarcerated. So I kind of had a lot of preconceived notions about what my experience was going to be. And I was a little nervous, like, are they about to be like hella racist because a bunch of black folks coming in trying to teach them something and they're all white. And that's the American experience, right? We patriarchy, racism, discrimination, so I was a little nervous, but when I got out there, man, there was so much love and so much like respect for what we do. And they actually were very curious about not only our American experience, but our Black American experience specifically.
Sick.
So it was like welcoming, warming. It was love. They asked us a bunch of questions about Donald Trump, which is like really funny. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
So it was dope. It was a dope experience.
Wow. Yeah. I was gonna bring up because I was like, do you guys also teach here in the States too, or is it only in Scotland?
No, we do teach here as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know because I don't know if it was Scotland or Norway or somewhere, but I remember I was watching like a special back in high school about like the different prison systems, and like in certain countries it's all about like rehabilitation.
That's Norwegian.
Yeah,
Prisons,
but like
yeah.
here it's like they kind of like they take advantage of you in the prison system. So when you said this is what you guys do, I was like, that's really good to know that that's going on in the prison system. So when people come out, they have some sense of hope, like they can go back and work. They don't feel like they're worthless. So it's good.
Right.
How was the difference in the setups in the jails from here and Scotland?
Ooh, you want to go for that?
Yeah, I would say,
It's his time to shine.
man. So, piggybacking off of Ashford, I feel like I'm on Clubhouse. Piggybacking off what Ashford said.
Dang,
Clubhouse throwback. In Scotland, it really is about rehabilitation, right? So they focus a lot on programming. They focus on ensuring that the residents are keeping to their identity, right down to the clothes they wear. So they're in there with like, Air Maxes, the essentials, hoodie and sweatpants. Like they're there.
What do they call everybody?
They're
trainers.
They're trainers.
Oh, yeah.
They're trainers. So their identity is still established, right? And as with any system, there's going to be things that can be improved upon, but in comparison, it's I'd say almost night and day, right? I think here in the States, we've been fortunate enough that our experience teaching in these facilities, the programs, the administrators, the staff are very like understanding, and they're very pro their residents, right? They want them to be able to be rehabilitated and get the resources that we're providing. But just in general, when we look at the United States, the system is punitive. You know what I mean? It's not really focused on rehabilitation. There's a lot of barriers that still exist when people get out and they're trying to transition to figure out how not to get back. There aren't a lot of resources and support. Just this past, summer, when we went in Scotland, they were talking about a lot of different programs that are there, and obviously they have like universal health care. So there's a lot more structure that is focused on humanity. I think just as a society at large. So that's also trickles down back into their facilities. So I think, that's the best way to put it. They're more rehabilitative than I would say our traditional facilities here are in the States.
Yeah, I did some research. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is America's the only country that like a sheriff can like buy a prison, right, and like make money from people that are being incarcerated, right? Does that still go on, or laws change?
I'm not 100% sure, so this isn't to quote me at all, but I do know that a big talking point right now are just the private prisons that exist.
Yeah, private prisons.
The private prisons are making profit off of slavery. Yeah, right, because someone who's incarcerated, they can't vote, they can't get access to jobs, they're getting paid like cents, right, an hour. So when you look at it like it's legal slavery at this point. I'd say internationally they are still private prisons that exist.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave it at that. But they still exist. But I think when it comes to how we know it in the society we live in and the way that the society is governed, is definitely very exploitive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So like a lot of the guys that you guys help, are they able to, how do they adjust when they get out? Like, is it easy? I won't say easy for them, because I mean, as a black man, it's already pretty hard. Right. So yeah, I could imagine like if they're coming out, like how much harder is it for them, even with all the education? That's a good question.
Yeah. I think it really is about mindset, right? Yeah. I think perspective is the thing that really is going to determine someone's success in like transitioning back into society. So I think our biggest approach is making sure that we're building relationship. So we teach career development, we teach intro to social problems, we teach financial literacy, building soft skills, building healthy relationships, all the intangibles, but also some hard skills as well that help them govern themselves. But ultimately it's here, right? It's the mindset. It's their belief, the hope that you mentioned, that really would determine that person's success. We do our best, so even when they do get out, even when we do go inside, we do our best to ensure that at least 50% of our team are also formerly incarcerated themselves. So these aren't just stories like Ashford and I coming in, giving resources and providing what we can, but it's also individuals who have had to go through the same challenges or similar challenges that they're going through. So that is transformative. Yeah, I think that exposure is what kind of plants that seed of belief. Right, and it's through the relationship and the consistency and the conversation that seed is watered. You know, so I would say that it's still going to be challenging. We tell them that, like, don't get it twisted. Don't think because we're here and we're telling you how great it could be that it won't also come with a set of challenges. We just let them know that it's going to be hard, but know that you're not going to go about it alone. And I think really that's all we really want. We don't really want people to tell us that it's easy. We just want to know that we're not by ourselves and that it's possible. So I definitely know that there's a lot of support services that we have to offer that a lot of people don't know about. Like we have the Department of Rehabilitation, who has up to I think like $12,000 per person that they can provide support with as long as they have a disability. And what we know is that anyone who's come out of our incarceral system is going to have PTSD, anxiety, stress, along with anything else that may already be pre-existing. So just being able to be linked up with the right information, being well informed, it's going to transform their experience upon reentry.
Yeah. Do you have? Sorry, were you saying?
No, I was saying that's what.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any like success stories that you can share? Like some people that just came out. Yeah. I know that you have a bunch.
Just let me pull up my post.
Like, hold on.
And then we got one of the people that now teaches in the facilities with us.
Oh, awesome.
He was locked up, did some time, got out, is in law school. Got a scholarship.
That's awesome,
right?
man. That's
we got
great.
people that are in their doctorate programs. One of the biggest real estate agents in the IE.
Wow.
Is formerly incarcerated. We got people who are teaching, running their own business. Barbers, truck drivers. I mean,
wow, that's awesome.
There's success stories all over.
Wow.
And the issue is that we don't hear about them. So the narrative about people who are incarcerated is controlled by the media.
Yeah,
For
right,
sure.
exactly.
But if we don't put these stories out, no one hears about them. So we've actually done several documentaries, like independent, about the work that we've done. One just came out, PEP Scotland, that we did, and it won Best Documentary with some film festival. I don't think it matters what film festival it is, but it's out there.
That's cool.
It's out there.
Yeah,
So
the info's out there.
Is that what also helped you make you want to start your production company too?
no,
Part
I
of
didn't,
that?
I didn't want to start a production
Oh,
company.
yeah.
So how did that come
That was not
about?
what I wanted
Yeah.
to do.
How did that come about? Yeah.
So God did.
Right.
How did that come about? I had my own podcast with my dad.
Okay.
And I learned the hard
Oh,
way,
that's
buying a
dope.
bunch of equipment I didn't need and trying to understand audio. I hate it. And then the homie was like, yo, let's do a pod. I'm like, okay. Because I already had the equipment. And we started doing episodes. Ashford and I were doing episodes, right?
Helping homies win the podcast.
Helping homies win. Cool,
that's
cool,
sick.
cool
Apple
little plug
Music,
and shout out.
Spotify.
Right.
It's been a little dry
Link
on
in
that
bio.
side. It's been a little dry on that side. But, pandemic hit and we kind of transitioned the podcast to Clubhouse. So we were on Clubhouse running it up. We got like 106,000 members on Clubhouse. Wow. And from there, people started reaching out like, yo, y'all podcast, what y'all are doing on the app is crazy. Help us do this, ourselves. And that kind of brought people interested on how to build a podcast, how to kind of create the content and the structure of it, the format, and then just the overall development. So as we transition out of the pandemic, I started doing production management, and then that just kind of led to the next. And people started reaching out like, hey, I got a podcast. Would you be down to do, sign a contract for X amount of episodes? And then,
Wow, that's sick.
It's kind of
that's good.
That's
how it happened.
Man.
Did y'all see? Not to cut you off. Wow. So here you go, Cassie. You can take this.
Cassie, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Dang, what's in this?
Huh? Well, I'm about to
Y'all
talk.
done? Oh, okay. I'm like, y'all done? Y'all
okay.
passing like, should I grab the hookah?
I've been watching them. I was like,
If anything happens, y'all see this on camera.
I don't know what happened to
It was
tip.
at this moment.
Right. But speaking of success stories, did you guys see? I don't know how long ago it was. It might have been maybe like 3 weeks ago that I saw it on TikTok that this guy that was doing time for murdering somebody, he was hired by someone that needed his dog to be trained. So immediately when the guy opened the door, the guy right off the bat just told the dog owner, like, before I even step foot in your house, I just want to let you know, like, I did time for killing somebody. This is what happened, but this is what I'm doing now. Like, I have a successful business, blah, 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 blah. So he just right off bat just want to let the guy know. And the owner gave the guy a chance and just kind of took a shot with it, but he has a super successful dog training business where now he hires people that are freshly out of prison and stuff like that. So he has like a really successful business. So that kind of just made me think about
That's
that.
cool.
But yeah, it was pretty dope.
Is that the guy who has like a Netflix special? Or like a Netflix show?
I don't know.
It might be him. It might be
maybe.
him. I don't know his
I didn't
name.
read the comments about it, but it was just like a quick little like 3-minute clip that I saw on
okay.
TikTok,
Oh, wow.
and I was like, oh,
That's
that's actually
fire.
pretty dope. Yeah.
What, you can do 3 minutes on TikTok?
You can do 10 now.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Only some creators have
I'll
access
put,
to 10, but you can do up to 3.
videos.
Okay. Just start
crazy.
running it up on TikTok.
I was gonna
What?
say.
I'm telling y'all.
That's wild.
Y'all
Yeah,
are
yeah.
sleep on it.
Tap on
Yeah.
this content game. 'Cause I'm
You know?
I know every platform, especially like Twitch and stuff, is like huge right now.
Are you guys still on Threads?
I am. I'm on Threads. You're not on Threads? You got on?
I got off there, man.
Dang,
it was a
got
little too
off.
slow.
I really believed in Threads.
I did too.
I did
I was like
too.
the aesthetic. I'm like, this makes sense. This feels good.
So
Yeah.
you don't believe it anymore?
Twitter turned their app
To
color
X.
black, and it just feels like.
Yeah, it just feels good. now.
What do you
It feels like, yeah.
It feels like
we all left.
Yeah,
We left Threads.
it's like this is close to Threads enough.
Final Destination.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
funny. I was just at brunch with some of my friends, and one of them works at Facebook, and he was talking about Threads, and he's like, they're losing like 100K subscribers like a day on average on
Where-
Threads.
where are they going?
Like you can't delete your account, but like
They're just
people,
not on
the
it.
users are just dropping, and he's like, I told him exactly like what probably why they're
What we talked
dropping.
about, yeah.
What we talked about, and he was just like he knows, and he was like. Facebook doesn't really care about platforms unless they hit like a threshold of like 200 million users until they start like actually investing in it and caring about it. So he's like, Threads is just kind of going to be the way it is until they hit that level that it's like
It's
worth investing money and resources into. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I haven't opened up that
I
app
haven't
in like
opened it. I'm like,
2 months, I think. It's just sitting there.
Oh, you don't even open it.
No, not anymore. I haven't
wow.
opened it in the last like 2
I
months,
think
probably.
I think the problem is like, and I told him too, and we talked about it, is like they took that crappy Instagram algorithm that everyone hated and brought it to Threads.
Yeah, they messed up.
That's where they messed up.
They
If
messed
they
up.
just did it
Agree
like
with
the
that.
old school
The chronological
Instagram,
joint.
Yeah, then I'd still be
people
on it.
would have been on there like crazy.
Because it was cool because there's no
Yeah.
ads.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
blew it.
Everybody
They
liked
blew
that.
it.
Yeah, they blew it. They blew it with that. They tried to do too
And you
much.
know, it's fun.
Yeah.
I think my very last thread. Hold on, before I hold this, let me double check before I'm wrong. But if I remember correctly, I think my very last thread was. Wait, it was something about like being
Also
introverted
don't
is
like-
keeping me from posting on here, and I think that was. Yeah, the introvert in me keeps me from posting on here. To be honest, that was 7 weeks ago, and that was the
wow.
last time I opened the app. That was I did not mean to thread that, tweet that, whatever, and get off. It just unintentionally happened.
So why don't you put a thread up right now?
Yeah.
Just, you know,
I'm
not?
back.
hey,
Jump plug.
How y'all doing?
I'm
At
back.
Rock Plug filming.
Five likes.
When you
Yeah.
add it to your story, it doesn't let you play music on it either.
I've never
And I
even
hate-
added
I
it to
hate-
my
I'm
story.
like, why
You
is
know,
it-
I couldn't figure it out at first, and then by the time that I figured it out, I was already turned off by the app. So I was like, I don't care.
I feel that. Yeah.
But maybe I'll get back onto
that.
it, but I don't see value in it at the moment.
What about
Yeah.
you, Cassie? Are you on,
Yeah. Are you a Threadser?
are you on Threads?
Threads.
You've been really quiet.
You told me not to talk.
That is true.
Dude,
he did
all right,
tell he
all right,
did
all right.
to not talk, y'all.
No. I didn't tell her not to talk. I told her.
What exactly?
He
said-
said, "Can you not talk as much?"
He did say that.
Because like
he did
you
say
talk
that.
a lot during the podcast,
Damn.
Mariah. That we need you to speak. It's just
To be
like,
fair, though, I told him the only reason why I don't talk a lot on the podcast is because it's stuff that I don't like. Not care to chime into, but it's stuff that I don't really like have a response to. So I just because I'm naturally reserved. Like all you guys know that. So I'm
Yeah.
quiet as hell for the most part.
I think the hookahs definitely helped because you've been talking a
Well,
bit.
no, because we're
Yeah.
talking
More.
about stuff
Yeah.
that like
And plus, you
I
know-
can
you
talk
know
about,
everyone
you
here,
know,
too.
like.
Yeah.
And then too, there was a couple times on the podcast where you've talked about stuff that I can't talk about, so I'm just like, okay,
she likes
you know.
you guys.
Bet.
So,
Makes sense.
but I
Well-
can tell,
well,
and
Cassie-
I know y'all too. So
Cassie's
it's different.
thing, so we had a guest,
Yeah.
and Cassie kind of out-talked the guest. I'll just put it that way. She talked way more than the guest.
Damn. Okay.
Like we're
Yeah.
interviewing the guest, but Cassie had like 30-minute like tangents. I'm not even joking.
But was the guest like into the podcast? Like, was Cassie filling in that
The
gap?
guest was into it,
Oh,
and
shit.
I wanted to.
Asking
The
me
guest is
questions.
into it.
So
Yeah,
then you
he's
can
not
get
nobody
mad,
saying it went to
Cassie.
the point that the guest started interviewing Cassie. But it's like, we know Cassie. We want to know about you.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, hey, Cassie, like, I like you. I like the talking.
Sure.
But like, you know, like just
Not so
just
much.
know when
And
to
wait.
like let them
All you
talk.
gotta do is edit.
I did, but dude, if you listen to that
He said
podcast,
even
like,
when I edited it,
It was
still
still a
wasn't.
lot.
It still was too much.
go back
So
and
have
play
I not
it.
gotten
Go
better?
You've gotten better. You've gotten
Okay,
better. The
so-
one with the tattoo guy,
With Chris?
it was really good. You're really good. You're phenomenal.
What did you guys talk about
That
in
was
that one? Was it
perfect.
about like
It was.
his style?
We actually that was like a 2-hour podcast. Like
Oh,
we
that
were
podcast
very.
went on forever.
Yeah, we were. That's why I was telling you guys. Like, it kind of depends on how the conversation flows. Because yeah, we were like in so much depth about a lot of things. Like, it wasn't just one.
We went from
subject.
tattoos to some weird tattoos he had to do to
His weirdest tattoo, by the way, was tattooing some balls.
Some balls.
Oh,
It was
wow.
a money sign, like
Oh,
like
yeah.
a money bag, but
I
on
didn't
the
even know
balls.
you can do that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you. That sounds impossible. That sounds painful.
Yeah.
My goodness.
He said all he did was pull it in.
Tatted it. Yeah. I was like, that's crazy.
That's what he said.
I'm not gonna lie, that's funny.
No homo. He said no homo.
Yeah, that's funny. That is
I'm gonna
hilarious.
Yeah.
speak for you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris. That's my guy.
And then we were talking about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, just like life stuff, like conspiracy stuff, like
weddings
just
and
everything.
everything.
Like everything that came to mind, like we were talking about it. But it helped because he can hold a conversation. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
hard when you're talking to someone that just
Yes.
can't hold a
No.
conversation. So
There are a few podcasts that I haven't posted, and that's part of the reasons, because like the person on it just
airheaded.
It just wasn't.
couldn't talk. Yeah, like I'll ask them a question about their craft, like what they're a master at, and then they'll just like
5-word answer.
Yes, I know how to do that. Yes, that's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm
it's
just like,
okay.
You know, but some,
Okay,
some
like-
people get nervous. Like, you know, you put the camera on and you put the mic in your hand, all of a sudden you're just very...
Just
Oh my
freeze.
goodness, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel that, though. Yeah. You gotta protect the content. You gotta protect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wanted to go back to the success stories, but
yeah.
one more
Yeah.
thing about Twitch. It is crazy because when you see some of these guys, like they're making like 200 mil contracts. Like they're making more money than LeBron James.
I saw Aiden Ross.
Wow.
He said that he made like 600,000 last month on it in a month.
No,
just off
they're
of Twitch.
signing some
That's
guys.
your cousin? Aiden Ross?
No,
Yeah,
that's-
right. That's your cousin.
Hey, cousin.
Need some money.
Exactly.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I love the space that we're in and like how content is like contenting, right? I just think that I feel like we're still in a bubble.
Yeah.
Right. And people are still trying to figure out what works.
Yeah.
And like even companies and like the money that they're putting behind it, they're still trying to figure out how to make the most sense of it. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of opportunity in this realm. You know what I mean? As long as you kind of can figure out that niche and like really lock in. But it's dope to hear even like Twitch. Cause I've been seeing a lot of people who look like they're streaming, but they're just having conversations where like the person's close to the camera and then the other people are behind them in the room.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a pretty fire setup.
Yeah.
So I'm learning.
Yeah, and I mean, there's also, I think back to what you're saying is like, there's a lot of content, but there's a lot of like quality and a lot of like crappy content. And I feel like, I mean, right now everything's like working, but it's just only time will tell like what kind of content is gonna last the longest.
Yeah.
Like, is it gonna be like the people that are making like good stuff, like actually putting effort, people that are just sitting in front of a camera jerking off like all day and just
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
yeah,
Right.
But you know what?
You'll be surprised.
Post that, can you on Twitch?
I mean, probably if there's
On
like
Kick
a
you
paywall.
can. On Kick you can.
Oh, that's right.
Kick you can. You could be
Really?
like, yeah, you can literally just be on camera and do that all day. On Kick, yeah.
What?
Had dreads, so shake them.
What
That's
makes
crazy.
what creates an original idea nowadays?
Original people.
Yeah.
Yeah, original people.
That's my philosophy on like podcasting. People who do things and get on mics do well. People who get on mics to become something don't do well, right? And if they do well, it's because it's like a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
You're here for the moment.
Like a
it's
viral
shot culture.
moment,
It's a
yeah.
viral moment, right?
Yeah.
But the ones that last and like have the following who actually rock with them loyally is because they already have established themselves in
Yep.
authenticity, and they're just using like microphones to like
Yeah.
put that out there.
I think that goes the same thing for like even social media influencers, especially with women in the beauty industry. That authenticity is what's keeping their platform alive.
Yeah,
you know,
you're right.
it's like whether they're being authentic about like I'm getting this surgery or just I'm natural, whatever their journey is, it's just the authenticity. And like you said, like not coming on this platform to fake be somebody, you know, it's just they're being their authentic selves.
I mean, a
So-
lot of the people you can tell like when they're trying to be something else,
When
like
it's forced.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and their content becomes stagnant. Like their growth stunts, and you see it.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, ChatGPT, I think also, I don't know. How do you guys feel? Like, is it like an aid to creativity, or do you think it like limits people in their creativity?
You know, I was having a conversation about this, and the example I'll give is like, you know, there's a lot, like we look at a clock now, like a regular clock, and there's possibly youth at a very young age that might not be able to tell what time it is, but you don't need that anymore. You have the digital way to just be able to tell the time,
Exactly.
Right.
So I think with ChatGPT, it's the same way. Like we're going to recreate structure for how we take in information and knowledge that we can apply that's no longer needed because, hey, I no longer need to know how to read a regular clock because everything is digital. So it just kind of transfers, you know what I mean? Like I no longer need to know how to make a fire because I have a microwave.
Yeah.
Right. So I think how the structure of information is and everything that's out there, I think ChatGPT is an enhancement. I do think that there's some dangers to it, obviously, with how people can use it, and a lot of legality as far as possibly stealing information, all those different things, right? Or our ability to be intuitive, I think, is possibly decreased. But overall, I mean, hey, I think it's a great tool, just like how we've used other tools in society as technology has advanced. I think AI is kind of creating the same opportunities for us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I look at it like a calculator, right? I feel like a lot of us, at least for me growing up, I was using calculators, and my teacher would be like, "You're not gonna have a calculator when you need one. Learn how to do it." And I'd be like, "Actually, my phone, right, is everything I need." And I feel like, the idea of knowing how to do the work that a calculator does isn't as important as the answer that you're gonna get and what you're gonna do with the answer. So I feel like ChatGPT just knocks out that by hand work that's not required. But whatever ChatGPT, generates. That's how you know I use it, because it says generating. Whatever it generates, you got to be able to put that into practice.
Exactly.
Right? So you can come up with the greatest idea, content, structure, script, but if you can't deliver it and you're like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
right?
matter.
So it's a calculator.
Doesn't matter.
I look at it as a calculator, and I think we got to approach it forwardly. We got to approach it head on. Like, they were like, no phones in the classroom, no iPads in the classroom, no technology. And now we're at a point where they're trying to find ways to incorporate it.
Exactly.
Because you can't get people away from it. And I just think AI is one of those things. I do think we're screwed, right?
For sure.
But we could kind of slow the screwing down.
I do like I do like both of your takes on it. I think it's a good vehicle for people that utilize it the right way. I think the younger generation, I think it hurts them though, because I'm looking at it. When we were in school, we had to, go through the motions of finding an answer. And even though, we don't, because when I was in school, they wouldn't even let me use a calculator. Like, I had to write everything out. And now it's like, then you have to use a calculator. Now it's like computers. Now kids can just type anything to ChatGPT. And I feel like that special gift of problem solving, being able to go through the motions, actually try to achieve something, might be lost, because we live in a world that everything is so fast now. TikTok, everything comes in seconds. I think that's a problem for children growing up, is when they're our age, they're not going to have patience for anything. I just imagine how are they going to be able to work normal jobs? How are the future engineers of the world going to look like? Or future lawyers, are they going to be able to really sit there, go through the motions?
Their attention span is
your
short.
attention span is shot at the age of I don't know, 5. So I'm curious to see how that affects. But at the same time, ChatGPT helps, because I don't think any college student should get lower than an A now. Everything's online.
Everything is available.
Everything's available.
Everything.
I was even telling my brother, I was like, you can use ChatGPT in school because he's still in college, but I'm like, don't use it as a crutch. Use it to understand how to do it, learn it, but then also reapply it. Don't okay, just dumbly okay, here's the answer, write it down. Learn how, what's it telling you to do. That's the best way to learn it.
Using it as a tool.
Using it as a tool.
I am, even how you asked how I got into producing, and just my whole journey in general as an educator. For me, I've always been fascinated with development. I people watch. I'm asking people questions about what were you thinking? How did you get this? Why did that come about? I'm really interested in the way we process, and that's one of the things I studied in school is student development, and how important it is from from being a baby all the way up until adulthood. That developmental process, we definitely are skipping steps because of AI and just these advances with technology. There aren't any restrictions. I remember growing up when the internet first dropped. Crazy. When the internet first dropped, I had parental controls, right? Through Yahoo, so I could only be on the computer for an hour a day. What? You know what I mean? So it forced me to have to, and I think we're just living in a place and time where it's so integrated that I think families and communities are no longer intentional with what their children are exposed to, right? And that lack of involvement is going to do a disservice. So I think it's kind of odd. I don't think we should blame the service or
Yeah,
the
it's not the
technology.
service fault, yeah.
It's our community or the lack thereof, right? And how we're actually implementing and intentional about the development. I do believe that the thing that we ultimately are looking for, and this is something that I've been working on, building curriculums out, Ashford and I talk about this all the time, is the need for navigational capital, right?
Yeah.
We think that ultimately, like, we want our kids to be critical thinkers. We want them to, have the patience and have these things. But life is going to keep doing this. So how do we adapt as a society? Our school system's outdated, and that's why it's like, well, they're no longer getting these opportunities because the school system can't keep up with their digital lives and their social lives outside of the institution. So I think what's really needed, we say critical thinking, we say problem solving, but I think it's navigational capital. It's being able to look at a situation, kind of like you said, assess what are the problems, what are the opportunities, what is this telling me, what does this mean, what am I hoping to get, and how can I get that done in a way that's efficient for everyone. You know what I mean? Like that process has to be taught, but that's a skill set. And I think if we don't equip our youth, our young adults, and even ourselves with that knowledge and that foundation, then we're going to literally be consumed by whatever it is to put out in front of us.
Yeah, you're right. I think technology advances so quickly, like no one can keep up with it. By the time you learn about something, the new thing's already out.
Right.
Like it's it's crazy. Like it's such a extremely fast rate.
Yeah,
Got to be quicker than
and
that.
to Tarik's point, I think navigational capital is it's a dynamic resourcefulness. It's your ability to not just use the tool, but to understand in every different situation how the tool can be used and how you then can go about finding the right answer, applying it. Who are the people, right? It's also people that you use, and identifying everybody's individual skill and how you can tap into that, how you communicate with other people and extract ideas from them and then go about being able to creatively apply it in coordination. Those things are still, I think, skills that are very valuable. And if you put that alongside a AI tool, I mean, the sky's the limit,
Yeah, you're right. You got anything to say, Cassie? I want you to chime in. You've been
You said
so
like
quiet.
5 words the whole podcast.
Come on,
I
talk.
don't have a mic. 1, 2.
I got 2.
Okay. 2. I was just allowing them to take the floor.
No, you're good, Cassie. I
What
like
do you
your
want me to
voice. Just
say?
talk. Say something. You're okay.
Oh man,
We need your input.
Didn't you guys have like a men's group, like a safe space?
we
going on?
did.
What
We
happened
did
to
do
that?
that.
You see, you know some
Thank you.
stuff.
I
Yeah. Come
These
on.
are our friends.
point.
I know, like
So-
she didn't
We
say
don't know.
anything.
So what was that, like two months ago, Tarek? We did a men's group about 2 months ago that was just about mental health for Black men in our culture, and really good conversations in a safe space. And we had, for the first one, just women also who joined and were just supportive of us as Black men. So they didn't actually engage necessarily in the conversation, but it actually felt really cool experiencing that, because we came together as a community to talk about the different pressures that we receive in our masculinity today. All the different podcasts that talk about femininity and this, and the polarity has to be matched and all these other things, right? And we had a very in-depth conversation about how those pressures don't allow us to engage in vulnerability, right? How those pressures don't allow us to engage in intimacy, right? I think, intimacy is not talked about enough, because we can have intimacy with same sex without it being homosexual, right? Like, intimacy is our willingness and drive to want to have real relationship and truth with one another, right? In real truth. And a lot of times we can engage in that because if you're to share your truth, you're to be judged, right? In your masculinity. So as Black men, because of, society's discrimination against us, or the challenges that we face and how we're supposed to be or show up, and just men in general, without the title of what our race is and being Black, I think there's a lot of pressures, and often it's associated with having to an inability to engage in our vulnerability, intimacy with one another and with ourselves. So it was a really good conversation. We wanted to follow it up. We haven't done a follow-up, but we plan to do one. We've been doing like small stuff though with the homies. Like we doing this thing Tarik started. It's called Uplift. You know, we've been getting up early in the morning and getting up together as men and going to the gym. And we just get an opportunity to be with each other at the gym. And it's called Uplift, right? So small things, but we definitely want to recreate a space that would allow us to engage in conversations like that are healing conversations for us.
I would say Ashford is really great at being emotionally aware of himself and like the needs of others, right? So for him, a lot of those things that I think we often overlook, but have, at least for me, have grown to understand is super important. Ashford's always been great at, right? Like Ashford's a lovable person, right? And I think for me, I've been in space where, you know, connecting with men is it's awkward. Like the homies used to call me and we'd be on the phone. I'm like, it's 45 seconds. Why are we still on the phone?
Yeah, why are we on the phone?
Like, what's good? You know what I mean? And I've learned like to embrace that a little bit more. But even when I first started embracing it, it wasn't something I realized I desired. And it wasn't until I started to get older and like go through relationships that I was like, okay, I'm searching for something here that I'm not even aware I'm searching for. I need to slow down. And the closer I got to the homies and opening up about what some of my struggles were in relationship and with myself and things that I'm working through, I started to find identity. And I'm like, oh snap. Again, back to that example, I don't need to know that it's going to be easy, but just to identify to know I'm not alone is a game changer. And that was what started to build that intimacy that Ashford is talking to. And that really started to help me recognize, oh snap, I've been needing love from men. Like, that's like crazy. I would have never thought, like, I need the homies right now. Like, that was the missing piece. I would never think that. And I think it's because of our association with like this, you know, sensitivity to like our how we identify sexually, right? Like, are you heterosexual, homosexual? Right. Like that fragility that exists within us, especially within our communities, has prevented me from even, I think, almost being open to explore my relationship with men, right? Like, these are the homies. We've been there 14 years. We've known each other for 14 years, right? So while we've always had a really tight bond, it now took me to be open, to be vulnerable, to share some of the more complex things that I'm trying to work through in what I would call my manhood, right? And I think coming to that, recognizing that we all were desiring that because of where we were in life, and it was super important to our development. And that was why the men's group was so important. It's why we are doing Uplift and are seeking to continue to create these spaces, because a lot of these spaces now, from my personal perspective, are like surface, right? Talking about relationship, and let's talk about masculinity, and let's talk about, you know, if you're dating women and your money and protecting and providing, and it's like, nah, it's so much deeper than that. How do we just connect as humans? We just happen to also be black men, but ultimately what we're talking about is humanity. We just need to do it in a space that we can identify. It has nothing to do with us being black and us being men, but those have an impact and influence on how we see the world. But that's not what it's about.
Let's see.
Definitely.
Wow, that's good.
It was beautiful. I mean, I can definitely tell you guys have a great bond, just like
Ash was great.
Your interaction with each other. But yeah, even like talking to black men, like young black men between like 22 to like 33, 35, I see they struggle a lot with their identity, and you know, they're not really comfortable with just being in tune with themselves and admitting that. So I was wondering if you guys still had it going on, and if you guys are taking any like people coming in, or it's just like more so like a personal man.
Like volunteers, like you want to help out and see the men?
Yeah. No. Bring it to your group.
I'm trying to scope it out.
No.
What y'all got going on over there?
I'm trying to vibe with y'all.
Yeah, maybe this conversation is a spark that re-inspires that. We've talked a lot about getting it done, and we've said, bro, man, if we're gonna do it, we just gotta do it. But we've just not gotten back to it. So I think we have a group of men, most definitely, that I know for a fact would be down to join consistently, to get together, to build that sense of like, you know, connection and intimacy and care and vulnerability with one another. For sure, it's just a matter of, I think, us recreating the space. You know, another thing I wanted to say just about unity, because Tarik had said our mentor has this this word that he uses called Ubuntu. And it's he always says we're separate as the 5 fingers, but one is the hand. So unity, I think, is a big part of what curates and allows us to engage in that space. And that space that we did create those 2 months ago or so, it had a lot of that. And I think, at least I really liked it too, because the Black women being there to just support us about our conversation without them having to say anything, and just being present and experiencing it almost made it feel like, wow, like this is even more transformative, because they're just here to say, hey, we see you, for no other reason, you know. So I thought that was really cool.
And there's no judgment too from them. It's just like they're there to just support. That's good.
It almost felt like they weren't even there, to be honest with you.
And just get your outlook on everything too. I mean, because sometimes I be thinking, I'm like, when I'm talking to certain people, like family, friends, and I'm like, there's not much I can help you with in that aspect. I think you need a different support system, or somebody I can refer you to, you know, because it's like, it sounds like it's not something I can give, but I'm pretty sure there are a group of men that can provide that for you. So that's good to know.
Yeah, and I think to touch even on that like piece of like women being present, I feel like it was an opportunity just to kind of observe what it means to hold space for us as men when we go through our emotions, right? I think there's a very, like, I understand the misconception of that, you know, a lot of times the memes, right, they'd be like, oh, you sound like you want a mama, right? I think because our association to holding space for someone's emotions, we only see in the relationship between a mother and a child. So when you hear somebody saying, I need you to provide space for me emotionally, the association is back to what is familiar, because we haven't had a lot of examples, again, back to that idea of having other narratives out there that showcase what it looks like to hold space. It's not to say, again, that it's easy and I'm going to fix it for you, but it's just to allow us to speak, to be able to share, to be vulnerable for that moment, right? It don't mean that we're not going to figure it out and we're not going to get to what we need to get to. But I think often the same emotional space and support that I think women look for without the fix and the solution is the same type of support that we need as men, but we haven't had the opportunity to experience it because we haven't been allowed to feel growing up. Women have been given the space to feel so they can grow up and become women and know, I don't need the solution. But us as men, we only know solution because that's all we've been experiencing. We've never been given space to just be. So we all want the same thing, but we, again, navigating this world, unfortunately, I think are in spaces where that isn't encouraged. You know, so again, I mean, we're all just human, but you know,
that's good. I like it because you also mentioned like the accountability factor. Like you guys wake up like at 6 a.m. or something and go to the gym.
Not every day.
Oh, not every day.
Every day.
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, okay, but that's still good. Yeah. That's still a good schedule. I think that's good too because I mean, Mariah and I were talking about it earlier. Is like, you know, part of working out is also good for like your mental health. Like it helps you, you know, let out your stress, clear your head, you know. So.
And it kickstarts the day.
Kickstarts the day.
It kickstarts the day. When you prioritize your day beginning with you and not having to do work for somebody else, it changes everything.
You're right.
I wanted to read this.
To the gym in the morning.
Hey, listen. What day is today? Today's Thursday?
Yeah, we in there tomorrow.
We in there tomorrow.
We in there tomorrow. We are.
Listen, you can pull up. You can pull up. You can be in the building, but we're gonna be, you know, uplifting.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I want to read this because I thought this was really. I came across this meme about holding space, and I thought it was really good. So I'm gonna paraphrase it to just try to make it short. But it says, essentially, holding space for our partner means giving them physical and emotional space to regulate their emotions, soothe themselves, and come back to their bodies on their own time, in their own way, without any interactions, disturbances, without offering help or trying to fix or save them. And I just think that speaks to what it means to hold space. It doesn't have to be for a intimate partner. It can be for a friend. It can be for a family member. It can be for an acquaintance. Like, it can be for anybody. So,
Ashley, you read like you're on a meditation app.
Hey, man.
I know
this. Start a YouTube
Hey.
Yeah, I really like this.
Monetize.
This is really good.
Monetize, baby.
This is really good. Yeah. It's different from what we usually talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
last week, it was like balls and shit and stuff. Now it's like,
Listen, we're complex beings. Everything belongs.
we bring Tarik and I we bring intentionality to a space, man.
Yeah, that's why we thought you guys are perfect. for the
yeah,
podcast.
that's good. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. So, let's say we have viewers that are watching and want to join. Like, how can they hop on this space? Like, what's the plans moving forward?
My Cash App is $T-Ross JR. Holla at me, you know what I'm saying? I'll get you plugged in.
No, I mean, I don't know. You can reach out to us on Instagram, Mr_A_Ball. That's ABALL 22. You can reach out to Tarik.
Listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you hit me up and if I don't know you, I'm probably not gonna say anything. So I'm definitely one of them. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like don't even. Like, I'm not gonna play that.
We'll just wait.
No.
I
I think when we continue to build the space in the way
You
that we
guys will
do,
figure it out.
it'll naturally come to the point in which it's like, okay,
it.
we're
Yeah.
here to open up and like
Yeah.
it's for the public. I think right now, again, this isn't an event or like a thing, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
community and like
Right.
spaces like this, we're connecting because we're here.
Yeah,
So y'all
that's
may know
true.
people like, yo, let me connect you with Ashford,
Yeah,
let me connect
for
you with
sure.
Tarik,
Right.
right?
Word
We're
of mouth.
connected, so like let's link. That's
Yeah.
organic. That's authentic.
Yeah, that's organic.
I think when we start making it a thing, it becomes
Like
a
an event,
spectacle.
yeah.
It's an event,
Yeah.
and we lose the intentionality,
Yeah,
right?
and the value.
And the
That's
value,
good.
and it's like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't the point.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I see. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's true. I think every man needs like a group of, men that are like-minded, that are going to push him, motivate him, pray for him, all of that. I think all that's very important. I think
We found you a group, Emmanuel.
And now you here, man. Look, we tapped in.
We tapped in now. Yeah, we tapped in.
Definitely.
You know what I'm
We got
saying?
you some black friends.
Yeah, look at that.
Cassie, you live in the valley, okay, Cassie?
Listen, you live in Timbuktu.
Yeah, you live in
Timbuktu.
Timbuktu.
You know, I could
Right, Timbuktu.
Timbuktu.
I don't hang out with anybody there though. I literally come to LA and all my friends are here. I don't
Yeah, all the
have
homies
any
in
friends
the
in
city.
the valley. I go to the store, I make my runs, I come
What's
back
that?
home.
What's that popular grocery store out there? That
Irwin?
Kelly Baby, Irwin.
Erewhon? Yeah. Do you go there?
No.
Damn.
What is it?
Yeah, it's Erewhon.
Erewhon.
It's like next level Whole Foods. It's like Whole Foods, but
I don't even go to Whole Foods now.
Okay.
I'm just over here enjoying these gummy bears.
Yeah, we went to that's Whole Foods.
That is.
I know. I was there.
All this is the pizza
Yeah.
is Whole Foods.
We only went there because it's the easiest space for parking in the area
Downtown, yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, the food is amazing.
we like to go to Target, but the parking alone at Target is like insane.
Horrible.
Yeah, so I was just like, let's just go to Whole Foods.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would literally make decisions about going places if I can find parking. I've gone places
Oh, yeah.
and have
Yeah.
left because I can't find parking.
Same.
Yeah, so that's why we.
I'm looking on Google Maps. If there's no, I don't see no street parking. No.
Yeah.
I'm not even
Done.
I'm not even out because I haven't left. I'm still at the house. Like,
Yeah, done.
yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm surprised. I was surprised Cassie doesn't hang out with people like the Valley
Don't
girls.
do my friend like that. She's not from the
I
Valley.
thought you
girl.
would. I thought you would, but it's good. It's good.
I
Yeah.
have no white friends.
No white friends.
No.
Okay.
I want my friends. And I
used to.
I got white friends.
like
I'm from IE.
I actually was approached by this Asian couple, and I know that's not white, but I was approached by this Asian couple in Target
This
one
sounds
day.
like a swinger story.
It started off as that way.
Yeah.
It started off that
I was
way.
this a
approached
swinger
by
No, it was not. So I was approached, right? I was like, oh man, they were like, oh man, your energy, this and that. And I had like some shorts on from like Cal Poly, and they're like, oh man, I have friends that go there. And we were just talking. We were there talking like 15, 20 minutes. They're like, oh, let's exchange information. I was like, oh, for sure. This is kind of cool. I was excited.
Yeah.
I was telling the girl I was dating with at the time, like, yo, I met these really dope people. I'm excited. Like, they seem like they're into these other things. I get to learn from them. And they were like, let's hang out sometime. So I followed up, like, yo, like, good to meet y'all. They're like, yo, let's grab lunch. Let's grab coffee. Grab coffee. We sat down, we're chopping it up. The energy's good. 15 minutes into the conversation, they want to introduce me to their mentor, who retired, and it was a pyramid scheme.
It was a recruiting situation.
I knew it was coming.
I knew that's where the story was going.
Damn. They got
So what'd you say to that when they hit you with that?
Oh, I was like, yo. I know all about the multi-level marketing. I'm not interested. I'm not doing it. Amway, no, thank you. No. Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt in the hat.
Bye.
Damn.
I remember
Thanks for the fake love.
I remember that happened to me once when I was in college. I went to the Tesla store. Like, they just opened it up at the Brea Mall. Like, I was like, oh, I heard of this cool brand. Let me just go check it out. So I was looking at it, look at the cars, and this like older Indian dude like approached me. He was like, "You like this car, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a nice car."
I can show you how to get it.
And he was all like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm in school for like computer engineering. Like, I'm almost done. Like, have a year left." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like, I was like, "What about you? Like, are you here, chick?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I just bought one." I was like, "Oh, sick. Like, what do you do?" He's like, "I'm in IT." And I was like, "Oh, that's dope." And it was like, and then he, kind of just like, "Oh yeah, like, I'm near Laverne, blah, blah, blah," because that's where I was going to school. So he's like, "Yeah, let's set some time and meet up." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, like, whatever. Yeah, I'm down. I want to learn. You're able to afford this shit. Like, you might know something." Yeah. So, like, we set some time up, went to Starbucks, and he comes and he's like, pulls up, first of all, it doesn't pull up in a Tesla. It pulls up in like some like 95, like Accord or something.
So did he lie about buying the Tesla?
Damn.
Comes in like, one of those like big bags. It didn't register to me. I was like, oh, he's older, so that's like his weekend car. Maybe like this is the car he drives to work. So I was like, oh, I know how this goes. So like, he sat down and he showed me all this stuff. He was all like, "I want to ask you, what's your dream car?" I was like, maybe a Tesla or something. He's like, no. What's your dream car? I was like, shoot, okay, like a Lamborghini Huracan, like, okay. Yeah. And he was like, what if I tell you, like, today I'm going to show you how to get one? He's like, just follow my thing and like blah blah blah. He went through all of like the whole plan and what I have to sell and all this stuff, and he had a CD and all this. At the end, he had a CD that he wanted me to like play.
Which one was it?
I don't even know the name of it. He was like, I don't even remember it.
That means you didn't get got.
It was such a long time ago, and all I was thinking is like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
So, and then he like gave me the CD. He told me like there's gonna be a class at somewhere in Upland in like a few weeks. So like I need to watch it, take notes, prepare, and then like we have like the final interview with all the actual salesmen. And he was like showing me all these people making like all this money. He's like, I'm in charge of all these guys, blah blah blah. You want to be rich? You want to be that? I was like, okay. And I was like, do you have any questions? I said, so you're telling me if I follow this, I can drive a Lamborghini one day? I was like, he's like, yeah, like we have guys that are making like almost $1 million a year, like, blah blah blah. I was like, I was like, I just like pulled in a 95 Accord. Like, what are we talking about?
And what was his response?
That's crazy.
And he was all like, didn't I tell you I just bought that Tesla? I'm like, yeah, but dude, this is what you're driving? I'm like, I was like low key, like I'm just better than you, man. Like, what are you talking about? He was like talking all this money he's making, everything. I was like, dude,
like, I have a better car than you.
Man, multi-level marketing feels like a cult, man. It does.
Oh, that's funny.
I got a problem with that. But that man's a genius.
Yeah.
He was standing around that Tesla looking for people who were hoping, window shopping.
Boom.
Yeah.
Vulnerable.
I know. He got me.
He got the jug. He hit you.
He's like, I know exactly how I'm going to sell this.
Yeah. And he's young.
Yeah. I know he saw me. I was like, man, damn, that was really easy, man.
Predatory.
I got in one too.
Yeah, predatory.
I was in multi-level marketing. I was. They got me. They got me, man. But you know, it was funny. I was like successful really fast because I know a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, damn, I started coming down on the high, realizing like, oh man, they got me. I don't know how I got here. I'm in here. I got. I'm in it now. I'm in it. I tried to get Tarik. He was.
I mean, at least you were successful, you know, for your little run.
Yeah, it was a good run. When I was successful, it was like.
I'm gonna actually start telling people that's how we met.
What?
We talked about some multi-level marketing.
He recruited me.
That's funny, man. That's good.
That's funny.
You see, that's the problem though. Like I wouldn't mind doing it, but I'm like, the people I have to sell to are like my church members, my friends. If I know I'm selling them literally loads of shit, it doesn't sit right with me.
It's gotta be something good.
I'm like, dude, if they were selling something that was like actually valuable that I would use, I'll probably be like, yeah, sure, like I could probably move this, but it's like literally just garbage that I'm like, and it costs like a lot of money too. I'm like, yeah.
You like those Cutco knives, you know?
Yeah.
Damn,
like, I don't need a set of fucking knives from y'all.
Vector.
That's a good one. Vector is another one.
Vector became Cutco.
Oh yeah. Wait, there used to be one that was a drink too.
Cassie sent me a link for Cutco about a month ago. I was like, this bitch. Like,
wow, Cassie, you working, huh?
So,
is that what you're doing? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Is this why you live in the valley?
Damn.
Yeah, I literally responded. I was like, "Are you serious? Like you're doing Cutco?" She was like, "No, it's for a friend." I was like, "I'm not doing it."
Hey, can I be real though? Them knives are amazing though. I'm not even gonna hold you.
They
Like,
got a
just
whole
shout out to
presentation on
the
this shit.
Cutco knives.
I ain't doing it, but y'all got some quality knives.
They can cut through anything. That's all.
I might need to buy some. Cassie, send me the link.
Did you buy some?
Yeah, what's up?
Send me the link.
I'll send it to you.
Send the link.
She needed to do a presentation on the merch. So basically, she was like, just send it to me. They don't have to buy anything, but I basically get paid, and it helps pay for my tuition. So I was like, oh, bet. All you guys just got to do is sit through a little 30-minute presentation, help the girl go to school. So
Yeah.
That's good.
Everybody
This
has a
episode is brought to you by
multi-level
Cutco.
What about that other one? It's like the supplements.
Yeah.
Oh,
Amway?
dang, what was it?
I have a lady that still bugs me from the gym about that. She was like
Herbalife?
Herbalife. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this elderly lady. Like she came up to me and she was all like, "Hey, sir, like, do you gym often? Like, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm here all the time." She's like, "Oh, great. Like, what are your goals and stuff?" I'm like, "Well, just to lose weight, stay in shape." She's like, "Oh, cool. I work for this company, Herbalife," and I was like, "Oh gosh," but it was like too late. I didn't want to be rude and like
she's
walk
old.
off. So I was just like, "Oh, I never heard of
be the
it."
first to be like,
I'm like, Cassie, shut up. Like, let's go. Because that's the difference between me and her. I think that's why we're perfect for each other, because we're so opposite. Like, she's quick to just talk to anybody and everybody. If I'm just like, shut the fuck up, let's go. Like, I'm literally like, Cass. I'm just like, who cares? Like, you're never gonna see this person again.
They don't care about you.
Yeah, they're just trying to make some money off you.
Control the room.
I was like, damn, I do need a wash, but I don't got time right now. So sorry. Gotta go. Can I make a donation through Cash App? That's all I have. But I gotta go, y'all. It's been real.
Oh yeah. You have a date.
Peace, love, and happiness. Why you always gotta tell my business?
No, but it's fine.
No, I'm kidding.
We,
That's a good thing.
She was talking about earlier
we
today.
want people to stay.
No,
we want
I
guys
was
to stay off your DMs, right?
I was just kidding, huh?
Oh, you don't have a date.
Huh?
You don't have a date.
No, I was just kidding about you bringing it up.
Oh, so it's okay.
Huh?
So you're having your
just
date
going
going
to
on,
dinner
right?
with
Yeah. So
some friends.
where are you going?
Sun Cafe.
To a cafe. All right.
Yeah, Studio City.
All right. Stay
A little
safe.
small.
Do you love them?
No, we just kind of met. So
It's still a fair question.
Yeah.
Is he better?
It is a very fair
Is he
question.
better?
I have love that he gets home safe. After whatever he does in life, he excels and exceeds.
So it does seem like you care about this. So why are you going?
I just
why are you
got
going
here.
to his date? Why are you going to?
We just met.
So
We just met.
Don't harass
So
my
what's the
friend
perfect way to ask somebody out on a date?
Oh, nice.
I don't know why y'all keep bringing these two.
You want a third mic?
I don't know. Pretty much just say, hey, I'm interested in taking you out. I guess have it already planned, pretty much where you want to go, what day.
Don't do it.
Not walk up and say, hey,
Not
I'd
walk
like
up
to
straight
take
up.
you out. It wasn't like that.
But
But
let's
like,
be clear, specific.
obviously, yeah, like if you meet someone, okay, you're exchanging conversation and then, exchange numbers. Then you say, I would like to take you out sometime, what's your schedule like? I had this place in mind. If you had any additional recommendations, let me know.
Does it make a difference if they ask for your Instagram versus your number?
Yeah.
It does? So if they ask for your Instagram, what are your thoughts?
This is business.
Dang.
Yeah, because my Instagram is for business. So usually, like, when people ask me for my Instagram, I'm thinking you want to network, you know. So when you ask for my number, it's personal. Yeah.
Oh.
So my only issue is if you ask somebody for their number, it's like I still want to get the Instagram because I want to see what you look like for real.
If you ask me later, you know, yeah.
And then you say, "Oh, let me also get your Instagram."
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Hold on, I'm right
we still haven't exchanged Instagram, so but I did do some stalking.
I bet y'all done stalked each other though.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I did. It wasn't hard.
What does he look like?
Yeah, put up Instagram.
Pull up his Instagram.
Yeah, what does he look like?
I like Charles.
You have to pull it up.
Light skins like me.
Your brothers are here. Your brothers are here. We want to make sure you're going out with a quality man.
Huh?
We want to make sure you're going out with a quality man. So
I can't just.
So pull it up. Pull it up right now. You don't have to show the camera.
I'm not showing it at all.
We just want to make sure that
I'm not showing it at all.
You're not going out with some
This is
weirdo.
accountability.
I'm not going out with.
Remember we talked about community and like-mindedness.
Yes, community.
So you're fake.
My dad has
So you're being
my
fake.
dad, my mom. They got my destination. They got my whereabouts. They got access to me. I got 911.
Well, these are
I got pepper spray. I got pew pew.
Wow.
I'm safe.
She got pew pew. I'm gonna be quiet.
No, I'm kidding.
You get your license from
I'll share
Mariah.
it with y'all later. I'll share it with y'all if I consider an additional date. So I'll keep you guys updated.
Second date number 2.
Yeah. So this is number 1.
You're excited.
I'm always apprehensive.
You're all dressed up.
Huh?
You are.
I'm dressed up?
Yeah.
I'm chilling. I mean, I got ready for the podcast. I knew I was going to make content, and I was like, I could squeeze you in after. So, yeah, bye.
Have a good one.
Have a good
Bye.
one.
See ya.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Much
Love you
love.
too.
Why y'all say it like that?
Anyway, take care. Yeah.
I don't love you.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I don't even know why I said that. That's so weird. Why did I say that?
You don't love me?
No. Have you ever been around people that have like that like unspoken like riz, like they just walk into a room and like
They just do what they do.
yeah, like the ladies are just like all over them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that happen a few
Yeah,
times.
I've seen that too. I don't
seen
have
it happen.
unfortunately.
Seen it happen
I'm
multiple
not that
times.
gifted.
Yeah, because I was thinking when you're asked like, oh, how do you ask like a lady out?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this like plastic surgeon.
A plastic surgeon?
Yeah, there's like a black plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills, like, and sometimes I'll like hang out with him and stuff, and like we'll go to a restaurant and like we just walk in and like his aura, like all these girls like just literally like stop what they're doing, they just like gravitate towards him.
It's the demeanor.
It's so weird, like
Ashford has. When I go to Ashford, that happens all the time. Actually,
I knew that was coming.
how'd you know? How?
I knew it was gonna
How'd you
come.
know?
Yeah.
I just knew you was gonna say something.
So you know you got it.
I don't have it. I don't
It's the
think I have it.
demeanor.
It's the demeanor.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
women
I'm always
feel it.
apprehensive actually to talk to women in certain spaces, certain environments.
And why
Because
is that?
I feel like in certain environments, I think women are more on guard about who you are because you probably just want to engage like in sex. So then you're not actually interested in having a real conversation. And my superpower is communication. So if I'm in a loud space and I think you look good, I'm like every other guy in here at that point.
Right.
So I'm not going to really get to connect with you in the way that like would probably actually prompt you to want to be willing to get a number or whatever, or, Instagram. But even if you get the Instagram after, think about however many Instagrams, the DMs are going to be full. You might be at the bottom.
By the night.
Unless I hit you at the end of the night and it was like, oh, mine might be first.
Yeah, first thing in the morning.
That's strategy.
or she's looking for you in
Strategy.
particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I get nervous in general, and I don't like rejection. So
Nobody does.
9.7 times out of 10, I'm not going to pull up at all.
I'll pull up in an intimate space.
I'm just going to
I'll pull up.
observe, enjoy, appreciate, and like pray
That's
for
it.
you.
If I run into you again.
If I run into you again, oh, you look familiar. Actually, no, it's not even true. I'll see somebody again and still not say nothing. What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tarik don't.
I just
he don't
observe.
pull up. He's not a pull up.
So then
for
what's
sure.
Tarik's process? Like,
What's my process? I got to
Yeah.
know you like me.
Women pull up on him.
Wow.
That's what happens. For
I
real.
got to know you like me. That's how I feel. I got to know you like me. I got to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that if I pull up, it's because I know you like me. and there's a high chance that it's going to go well.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel like I don't know, it's bad.
And it's funny because Tarik because he'll push me. Like previously, like he'll push me to be like, Ashford,
what do you mean previously?
Like in previous situations, like you'll push me to be like, you'll push me to be like, oh, go talk to her. Go talk to her.
I'm an encourager.
I'll be like, why don't you go?
Because I believe.
You said, why don't you?
Do you know the name of our men's group? It's called Uplift.
Yeah.
I'm uplifting you to go do the things that are required. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important, bro.
But I'm not gonna lie. I've had a lot of success in him doing that. Though.
Come on, man.
I don't know what it is, but the ones that he recommends, it works out,
bro.
Yeah.
You know, Hitch got a problem hooking himself up, but he can hook other people up.
Damn,
it's the Hitch complex.
Right.
Yeah, I'm serious, bro.
I forgot that in the movie.
I'm serious.
Hey.
So that's you.
Yeah,
that's Ashford. So
that's interesting.
quick little relationship segment.
Two separate situations.
Right.
And you, Emmanuel?
What?
Yeah,
I mean, me. I've been in a relationship for like 3 years.
You should tell them how you met Hannah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I met her through online. So I mean, it was during the pandemic. So
which app?
Coffee Meets Bagel. So
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it wasn't like one of those like raunchy sites.
Yeah,
it was like a proper one. Yeah.
Why the other ones raunchy?
Yeah, I mean, dude, those are just like booty call websites. Like you just go in there and just.
Wow.
It's like, now I know where to go.
Never heard of Tinder. Wow, Bumble's really?
So wait, so what are the ones that are the booty? It's Tinder. I've never been on any of these sites.
I was just about to ask, have you guys ever made dating?
I've never done one. I'm old school, man. You know what I'm saying?
In person.
Cougars only. That's a good one. Yeah.
So you met her on Coffee Meets Bagel.
Yeah. And then first date, I took her to a Black Lives Matter protest.
Oh, wow.
So hold on. I don't want to make any assumptions.
She's Filipino, by the way.
She's Filipino. I was going to ask.
She's
Filipino.
Yeah. She's Filipino.
She's Filipino. That went well. And then second date, we went to the beach and then yeah.
I have a question though. How did she take that? Like, did you tell her ahead of time, like, hey, this is what we're doing, or you just picked her up and?
What was that like?
Well, so I was still off like from a high from like the first protest I went to. I went to one on Melrose. That one was active.
Yeah, I remember.
That one was crazy. Like people were getting shot at. That one was intense.
You said a high and like active. I'm thinking, this was positive. It was good.
We were getting shot at.
I remember there was a lot of cars on fire.
That one was the one that the cop car caught on fire.
Yeah.
I was at that one. Man, that was like a war scene. Like we were standoff in front of like the whole LAPD, and then you start firing at us. Like that shit was insane. Yeah. I went with one of my Palestinian friends, and then he dipped.
He was like, I'm out of here.
He was all like,
too dangerous for me.
He was like, Black Lives Matter, you guys are crazy, man. I'm never being part of this again. He was scared.
Like, yo.
Yeah, and then I was still like, I still had the adrenaline from that. So we started talking, and then I was just like, hey, like, I'm gonna go to this one in Hollywood. So she was like, sure, I'll come. That one was like really like.
So she opted in.
That was like
I thought you like, hey, do you want to come with me to
blindfold her?
Yeah, I have a surprise for you. This is our first date.
That's a hell of a litmus test.
Yeah, sure.
So it went well, and then then now we're together.
3 years later.
3 years later. Yeah.
Almost getting married.
Yeah, what's up with that?
That's fine.
They were looking at rings. Don't let his laugh fool you.
Yeah, for real.
That's good,
man. Finding love.
Congratulations on love. That's amazing.
It ain't nothing like finding love, man. So congrats.
Thank you.
That's dope.
I think love needs to be celebrated, right? I feel like
it should be.
I mean, for me, I've come out of a lot of situations just over time, learning a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm realizing more and more how important it is that we embrace love while we have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, and I think
That's
often
real.
we like look at relationships when they don't work out as like failures, but they're not failures. You know what I mean? Like they were successful up until that point.
Lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to gain. So that's beautiful, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Definitely. Yeah. My relationship before that, I ended that one because of like I just felt like it didn't make sense.
No growth.
Yeah. I mean, we met each other so young in high school and stuff. I was just like,
high school sweetheart before
yeah.
that.
So I was just kind of like, hey,
it's time to call it quits.
Yeah, you don't know anyone. You didn't know anyone before me. Like, I don't know how you're gonna be like 10 years from now. Yeah. So
yeah.
So, but yeah. yeah, things are good. Things are going well.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hannah.
Yeah.
Mara.
So I guess I'm a wingman now. I think that's my. Is that what wingman is?
You have officially transitioned to wingman territory.
Yeah. So I just tell my friends, if you like a girl, just walk up to her and say, hello, like introduce yourself, shake her hand, tell her you look really pretty, and then offer to like get her like a drink or something. Yeah.
A drink.
And look her in the eye.
Gotta look her in the eye.
Yeah,
Eye contact is key.
Eye contact
is key.
Eye contact.
And then
Yeah.
you have to smell really good, you know,
Yes.
be well spoken,
Mm-hmm.
you know, be nice and erect,
Okay.
be like in your stance, and
In
then
your
like,
stance. Like be erect in your stance.
Yeah.
In your stance.
Gentlemen, be erect.
Because anybody else would be like, no.
I don't know.
Wrong.
Because that sounds like you may have met this person on that raunchy site. You pull up erect. Listen, this is not a raunchy site.
This is also godly content.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
wow.
my goodness, that's funny.
Yeah, erect and stance.
yeah, and then you
That
just
was
like,
nuts.
and then you just like, yeah, go up and talk to her, and then, yeah, she might think you're a gentleman, because. I mean, you have to think a lot of guys now are too scared to talk to girls. Like they're too chicken.
For sure.
Like they'd rather go on TikTok. They'll take a picture of a girl, go on TikTok, like, hey, help me find her.
Yeah, and it's like,
I'm like,
she
bro,
was right there.
like you
She
go
was right
talk
there.
to her.
That
like,
is kinda wild.
The worst thing
Yeah.
she could say is no. I mean, if you're
The
not,
crazy part
yeah.
is though, we be scared to say no because
Get hit
of
with a brick.
how wild
dudes are.
these. Yeah, like literally,
Yep.
like. I wish Cassie was still here to tell her story. She's literally been threatened up and down, left and right. Like, I will fucking kill you because she said no to giving a phone number.
That's crazy.
And that's
Wow.
the scary part of it. Like,
See?
as much as we don't want to say no, we mentally feel forced to like, okay, like here you go. And even though we want nothing to do with you, so by the time that we get in the car, you're already blocked. But we're too scared to say no because I don't know if you're gonna sock me in the face like that one girl that
dude hit her with a brick.
on Melrose. Yeah, like the most outrageous things happen. So it's like we feel forced to. It's like, okay, here you go. You know, like, and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
quick to
scary.
give out my Instagram, but I'm not giving out my phone number. Like, oh no, like I'm cool. Like, here's my Instagram. If they're not cool with that, then sorry. Like, that's about it. Like,
I don't even want to be mistaken for one of those dudes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't
Yeah.
even pull up. Like we gotta have context to the point that
Yeah.
you can actually fill out who I am.
yeah,
See, and
for
that's
sure.
why I said what I said earlier.
Yeah, yeah,
for
I
that
agree.
reason.
Yeah,
What
it's
you
a
say?
very
Run the tape,
iffy
run the tape.
situation.
No, message.
Like but that's exactly why I don't
No,
do it.
that's real.
Because women
Yeah.
are apprehensive in those spaces. It's the environment is important.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
and
true.
so it plays a big role. So that's why I think if you are out there, my guys, and you're trying to like, you know, find love for real,
Yeah.
the better spaces are the intimate spaces.
Yeah, for
you know, where
sure.
you can have an engaging conversation that probably isn't about like, you know, like if you go to an art show, like you can go stand over, y'all both looking at the same art. You can start talking about the art. They'll talk, and then now
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Right? It's already.
I think that established conversation is so important. I think like in spaces, if it's loud,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
feels
Like
like
the
you
club, like-
Yeah, the club is
Yeah.
terrible.
The club is
Never
horrible.
pick
No.
up girls
I'm
at
like,
the
all
club.
you have time to do is
It's
get
just-
somebody's number,
and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And for me, you just look good. You might not be
Mentally
intelligent,
there, yeah.
I didn't get to
You
talk
might
to you.
be-
Right.
I didn't vet it.
I didn't get to pick your brain.
unstable. Like,
Yeah.
it's too much. It's too much happening for me to be like, hey,
Decipher.
put your number.
Yeah.
Why? Because you look good in what you got
Yeah.
on. Like, come on, I need more than that.
Right. Yeah.
But if there's opportunities and there's some energy, it's like, I like to follow up and like get to know you a little
Sure.
bit. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know.
Or I've seen you before in another space, and I'm
Yeah.
seeing you here. You know what I mean? So
I need
yeah.
mutuals. You gotta have mutuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mutual
I
followers.
think that's fair.
What about you? How's your relationship life?
Moby.
You know to not ask. You gotta cut this.
Dude,
you know
but
to
you
not
can
ask.
talk about it without having to go into detail. You could just talk about it.
Then it's great.
No one's gonna know who the hell this person is.
But still, I don't need nobody in my business.
There you go. Protect it, Mo. Protect
Listen,
it.
Yeah.
protect that space, Mo.
Protect
I like that.
We'll take it.
Protect
We'll
it.
take
Protected
it.
of what? No one knows who this person
Protect
is.
it.
Okay, but y'all know, so that's it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
just
I don't need
having we're
nobody
just having a
else. I don't
conversation.
need nobody interacting.
All right, so everything's
I'm happily
okay.
married.
You're happily
That's right,
married.
Mo. That's right. You go ahead.
That's right, Mo.
Go
Where's,
ahead.
where's the
That's
ring?
Huh?
Where's the ring? It's on the way.
It's on the
On
heart.
the way.
It's on my dresser in my room.
Wow, that's good. That's
Dope.
good.
That's
Ring around the
amazing.
heart.
Yeah.
Right.
Married to the money, guys.
Married to the money.
You know what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
referring to.
Benjamin.
Yeah, that's my.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benji.
Yes, but all is well. All is well.
That's good.
I like it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Cassie really
How you
left
gonna end
us.
this? How you gonna end this episode? We got more stuff to talk about.
We do.
I mean,
Yeah, we do have more
we
stuff
do
to
have
talk
more.
about.
I got.
We got a lot more.
So what's up?
So, Ashford.
What's up?
So when we talk about, earlier we were, I don't know, we was talking. This was good. I really enjoy these type of conversations. Very casual.
Yeah.
Energy's been good. I
Yeah,
love the
energy's
space.
good.
By
Thank
the
you.
way,
Thank you.
For
it's
sure,
just a
bro.
lot of character. This is beautiful.
Yeah, we need to do a part 2. I think there's
We
still a
should.
lot more that we could talk about.
And I feel like now
agree.
that you guys got a feel for
Yeah.
each other, I think next podcast would flow more
Yeah.
more nicely.
Let's do it.
No doubt.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
let's
with it.
do it. Hey,
Hey,
Me
let's
too.
do it. Hey.
Cool. Speaking of part 2, we still need to do my tattoo session on stream.
Oh yeah, we do. I remember that today so you had to schedule your tattoo.
Okay.
you having more tats?
Mm-hmm.
Like, get your
Dang,
neck,
man.
neck blasted?
No, I want to, but no.
You're
wanna-
gonna,
I like-
you're gonna do your face, right?
No.
If I got
I
how much?
do want to get my neck, but I won't.
I wanted to do
Because
a.
I like that no one can tell that I have tattoos.
That you
from
even
the
have
front.
tats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
like my
sounds
whole
hard.
thing. Like, that's why I do want more tattoos, but I'm low key out of space. I don't have anywhere else to go. Because, like I said, I like
Everything
that from the
else.
front, you can't tell at all.
How
You
about the
know?
back of your neck?
Yeah.
There's
you
already
could do
something
that.
on the back of my neck.
Oh,
You said on the podcast it was too painful. You'll never do it again.
No, that is true.
it's
That is-
painful like that.
oh, I teared up. That was bad. I was
But did
gripping
the
onto that
tear-
tattoo.
But did the tears drop?
Yeah, it
Oh,
did.
no, it
I
dropped.
could find a video. You could put it in this podcast. I was,
Wow.
Is he a realist artist? Like, what is his? Is he?
Man, when I went to Whole Foods with her, every 10 seconds, people were kind of like, "Wow, you're back." I was
yeah.
like,
And it's
wow.
crazy because I
It's a
was
beautiful
telling,
tattoo.
"Yeah,
I was telling Emmanuel, when I'm out in public and I see that a lot of people are staring at me, I kind of get anxiety because I'm just like, why is everybody looking at me? Because I forget. Sometimes I genuinely forget that I have tattoos because I don't see them. I have to. So I'm like, why is everyone staring at me? What's going on? And I'm like, I'm an open back shirt.
Yeah.
It's my
Sometimes
tattoo.
I forget how much attention they bring too. I'm not.
Yeah.
gonna lie.
That's
I
true.
do too.
Yeah.
I forget
It's
that, too.
honestly actually really overwhelming with the amount of.
Even when we're at the lobby, there was a bunch of people down there, and
All
the
broke
moment
their
she
neck.
walked, everyone's just looking at her back.
Yeah.
I'm like, what
It's
are they looking at her?
It's literally
It is a
mobile
crazy-
art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
it's a
if
crazy
that tattoo
piece.
was on a painting, I'd stand over there and stare at it. For some
Yeah,
time.
it's a crazy
Yeah.
piece. I'd give it
what?
to my guy for sure.
You have art on your back.
Yeah.
It's incredible, man.
But so we're adding to my back. That's what we're doing.
You're adding to it. Wow, it's like Find Waldo.
Basically.
It's like, guess what part of the tattoo is new?
Yeah. No, literally, that's what it's gonna
No,
be.
legit. That's
But yeah,
tight.
no, the fan that's on my shoulder right here, we're gonna add designs to it.
Inside of it? Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow.
gonna be dope. So do we live stream? So
That is such a beautiful.
I
work
want to
of
do
art.
a
Look at that.
commemorative Kobe
Yeah.
tattoo.
That's fire.
Yeah. So then the next big piece I'm getting is this whole side piece, and then
Side piece is hard.
yeah, because I already have this one.
Yeah.
So after this one, I'm done because I don't have nowhere else to go, unfortunately. But
That's crazy.
I'm sure
That's
you'll find
good.
the place.
Well, it's only,
why not
dainty
your
stuff.
belly or something?
Yeah.
That's
No.
tacky on girls.
No belly tats.
Well, I mean, depending on what it is, but like I said from the front,
You can see it.
yeah, I like the back and the
I feel
hips
that.
and the
Oh.
under ass.
That's real.
Yeah, he nice.
Under ass. Whatever it's called.
Under cheek.
Yeah, under cheek.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we talk about the AI Mariah?
Yeah, because you already caught me off guard with that, so we might as well get into depth
Yeah, that
about
was
that.
wild.
So AI Mariah is coming out soon.
How much are you going to be charging per
Maybe
chat?
maybe 15 a minute. We'll see.
So what's my cut on
Too
this?
crazy.
Because this
Too
is
crazy.
my face.
Maybe 5%.
Pop, 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 pop.
5%?
Joking,
Gang,
I'm
gang,
joking.
gang, gang.
Hey, that's crazy. People are
AI
really making money off that.
That's
AI
crazy.
Mariah. Yeah.
Wait, so where did that? You just took that picture from my Instagram?
Yeah, I just copied it from. You see how crazy it is? How quickly people could just make
That's
fake
actually
versions
scary.
of you. Yeah, I just grab it from Instagram.
The thing is,
Because
there
think
should
about
be.
other people that could just do that.
Yeah.
Oh, they
that
do.
I don't know.
They literally said even when people are calling you and it's like spam, you pick it up and you talk and then no one's there. Or they'll be like, "Is this so and so?" You're like, "Yes."
Yeah, they're taking
Can
that.
you hear me? Yes.
That voice
They're
recording,
recording
yeah.
the voice recording.
That's
Did
why
you-
I don't
did you
answer
mention
any of that.
Somebody mentioned that before, but anyways, if somebody calls, you let them breathe. You breathe in the phone and then
Yep.
wait to figure out if it's
I don't
real.
an- I don't
you don't
answer,
even pick
period.
it up because if you pick it up, they'll mark it as a live phone.
Yeah.
And then they'll pass it to the next one.
Yeah, that's
so
why I don't ever answer.
They'll sell it. So the things just don't pick it up. So they think it's dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
A dead
see,
line, yeah.
I'm okay with that because if I pick up the phone and it's somebody I don't want to talk to, I just hang up.
Yeah.
That's how I do too.
I just
don't
don't
be
answer.
caring.
I answer all phone calls
I'm a
because
savage.
the money be calling. You feel me?
Yeah,
No.
they do.
I answer.
Well,
if
that's
it's-
the problem,
If you're
though.
saved
If it
in
says
my
spam,
phone, then
I
I
don't
will
answer.
answer.
You see,
There's
that's the
another-
worst part, though, is like when you're expecting like an important call and you
Yeah.
get like 50 spam
Yeah.
calls in between. You're like, bro,
Yeah.
like
Just
I
hang
don't
it up.
know who's who.
And I be
Like,
feeling like
Just
people
hang
should
it up.
use voicemails. Like use voicemails.
yeah, leave a
Yeah.
message.
Like,
Like,
nothing-
This is
hidden-
not the 1970s,
Nah, just quick.
bro.
Yo, this is da da da.
Or
Give
send
me
me
a
an
call
audio
back.
message.
But that's what the text message is for.
or
Send,
te- yeah,
send me
yeah,
an
yeah.
audio message.
What if you ain't got it? What if you ain't got the text? Yeah. What if I'm using a house line, landline?
How many people realistically have landlines?
If you're on, I don't know.
If you have a
That's
landline,
just- Still on
Businesses,
the-
Do y'all have landlines?
Businesses have landlines.
if you have a landline, you don't need to even be in the house.
Bro,
Like, you don't need to
businesses
be.
still have landlines.
Barely.
That's how
Do
you
you
call
put
restaurants.
your landlord as your main contact?
See? I should start doing that. I should start putting the house phone,
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes if I
I do
get
want
like
a
those,
which is my parents' house phone
See?
now. But my parents are gonna get all the phone calls.
Hey, house call. Hey, those
Phone
used
calls.
to be yeah.
Hey, those phone calls felt way more intimate.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
they
You
did.
ever hear the phone start getting warm against your ear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not because the phone overheating. That's just the
Yeah.
body heat between the bodies on the phone.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Falling asleep on the phone back in the day.
Man.
Damn.
that's
Mom
true.
picking up the phone, listening
Listening in on the conversation.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'll be like, get off the phone.
Wasn't even my mama.
The throwbacks.
Eavesdropping.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Times are different.
Times are way different. They used to get knocked off the phone if you was on the internet. Remember?
Oh yeah,
dial-up?
yeah, that's true.
You just get
That's
knocked
true.
off the phone. You can't
Yeah.
even be on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
You want to call your friend, their mom picks up. Ryan, it's
Boom.
Emmanuel on the line.
Yep.
Can I talk to so and so, please?
Get kicked off
Okay,
AIM.
hold on.
The anxiety of like talking to their mom.
Talking
Like,
to
Yeah.
the adults, my lord.
hi, Mrs. Blah blah blah.
I used
Mrs.
to
Brad,
prep beforehand, like if
can
the
I
mom's
talk
gonna
to
answer, like how I'm gonna speak,
Yeah.
how I'm gonna like. That's anxiety right there. That is full blown
That's
anxiety.
wild. Wild times.
Especially being an introvert, it's like, oh no, I don't want to do this. Yeah, that's scary.
Or you like tell your friend like be by the phone at this time. That way I don't have to like talk to your parent. Like
I used
please.
to be like, I'm gonna call you at 4:30. Be right there.
Be right there by the phone, ready to
Yeah, 4:30 on the dot.
go. Well, y'all, we do have to transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been amazing.
Let's get home to my dog.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give Ashford and Tarik a follow on the gram.
Gang,
Also
gang, gang,
Mariah
gang.
too. We're gonna do a part 2. Definitely. We're gonna run this one back again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay safe.
Check us next
Peace
time.
out.
$ T Ross Jr. on Cash App. Holla at me. Peace.
Yes, sir.
And sending money on Cash App. All right.